Hey kids, it's me, Uncle Frank, and it's a Friday morning, so you know it's time for some TCG news. Now, there isn't a lot coming out this week, but what is theirs looks pretty good from what I can tell, so let's dive right on in, as usual, with the stuff I know the least about, which is still Card Fight Vanguard. I still know basically nothing about this card game. Two new releases this week for Vanguard. Although I guess they count as one release. It depends on who you ask, I guess. There's two new Stride deck sets coming out. One for a character named Night Rose and one for a character named Hari. And these are just some new decks to play. I guess they are a bit on the pricier side because on TCG Player the normal decks are going for between $60 to $70 just for the deck. And that gets you the deck, the storage box, the counters and sleeves that come with it. But there's also a premium version of each of these decks, and these guys are not cheap at all. Not like the normal ones were cheap, but still. The premium version of the deck is, depending on which deck, between $190 and $220 on pre-order. I have no idea what it's going to be tomorrow or the day after, but that's a lot more than $60. The premium version of the deck comes with a few more things, most notably nice playmat in a larger storage box. So that's pretty nice. Not sure if I personally would pay $200 for a deck, some sleeves, and a playmat, but hey, if you're the kind of guy who's really into this, maybe it's worth it. And maybe the individual cards are worth it too. Again, I'm not too plugged into the Vanguard scene. Can't personally say I've sold a lot of Vanguard cards worth more than like $5 or $10 max. Most of them are bulk that I've sold, but I don't know. Personally, I feel like $200 for just one deck seems like a lot, but maybe those Vanguard fans in the audience can tell me what I'm missing about this release and why it's priced the way it is. I'm actually curious to know, so if you're one of those guys who's super into Vanguard, do let me know. Next up, in the world of Weiss Schwarz, we have the Quintessential Quintuplets Special Premium Box, which is yet another in the Quintessential Quintuplets anime line. I don't know anything about that IP, but I do know that the special or premium booster boxes are a thing that Weiss Schwarz has done often enough in the past, and these are just a bit more premium priced than their normal offerings, I suppose, to reflect the premium name tag applied to the product. And normally, Weiss Schwarz boxes are typically 20 packs per box, 8 cards per pack. And those boxes usually sell for, depending on the set again, they usually come out at between $40 to $60 per box when the set first launches. Usually when you're looking to buy them on TCG Player. Now, while the boxes for the premium set are also around $45, as far as I've seen for pre-orders, it is not 20 packs per box, and it is not 8 cards per pack. Instead, it is 6 packs per box and 3 cards per pack, which is a choice, I suppose, that they are, as a company, allowed to make. Now, as I stated about the special deck set for Vanguard, I don't know too many IPs that I'd be willing to spend $40 for so little, so few cards. I have done it in the past. I have bought premium sets from Weiss Schwarz before, but I don't know anything about Quintessential Quintuplets, so personally, this is one that I would skip. But if you are a Quintessential Quintuplets fan, and you are looking to get more of that product line, then, hey, Weiss Schwarz got you covered, and here's your premium set. I'm not sure if this will be the last set for Quintessential Quintuplets, since I'm going to call it QQ from now on. I'm not sure if this is the last QQ set from what I've seen, because it is a popular IP. It does keep selling. Like, if you look through the other QQ boxes, you'll see that they do get sales here and there pretty often, which is not common for older Weiss Schwarz products, especially like 6 to 9 months after release. They don't tend to get a lot of sales after the initial window, but QQ does seem to be churning numbers. Not a lot, but they're turning numbers, so something to keep an eye on, I suppose, if you're interested in either Weiss Schwarz or QQ. So there's that. Finally, for this week, we have the release of the Supreme Darkness, the most recent normal Yu-Gi-Oh set, and it's one that I'm kind of excited for. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it, more of the specialty secret rares, a new Mold Charmy card. Some people are pretty hyped about that. I personally am just excited for Evil Hero Neos Lord, I believe is his name. He looks really freaking cool. I'm not going to read his effect. I don't read modern Yu-Gi-Oh card effects. You can't pay me enough to do that. It's like a brick wall of text. But I do like the art. I do like the idea of an evil elemental hero Neos. I think that's pretty freaking cool. And overall, just looking through the set gallery for this new release, it does look pretty good, which, in terms of like pre-orders and such, people seem to be pretty excited about this set. If you go through the pre-sales on TCG Player, it does look like people are buying up not just the individual boxes of the set, but a lot of the cards too, which is always nice to see. Especially since for most of 2022 and most of 2023, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh sets would come out without a lot of interest in them. So seeing a Yu-Gi-Oh set come out that people are buying is always refreshing, I suppose. On the flip side, it means that I don't think this box is going to go to like $30 like a lot of the other ones have over the course of the last few years, but oh well, it just means I can't get them for really cheap. It is what it is. I'll have to live without my super cheap Yu-Gi-Oh boxes. Still, this does look like a fun set. If you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, there's probably at least something in the set that you're going to want. Like I said, I want that Neos. He looks cool, so I'm going to go hunting for him at some point this weekend. See, maybe I might buy a box or two for myself. I don't know. Seems like a fun set to open, although I suppose in all fairness, most Yu-Gi-Oh sets are at least fun to open. There's always something nice in them, you know? Anywho, that's really all I've got for you kids today. Not a lot in the releases for new TCGs, and not a lot of news. There is some stuff surrounding Magic the Gathering that I could talk about, but I will save that for when Aether Drift's release ticks just a bit closer. For now, as always, thank you guys for joining me as I go over the news and my opinions of the news, and I hope that you guys will have a fantastic weekend with whatever game you choose to play. Ciao.